Alright, so I will be doing some upgrades to the turbo. I've got the Spoologic, it's a new turbine, I think it's a 5.5 blade, and it's got all the new seals. And I'm also, it's not here yet, but I got an ebpv delete, exhaust back pressure valve delete. That's coming. Then I got a CCV billet aluminum crank from Swag Performance. That'll be going on. And I'll have to take this off. This is the ebpv delete, this little valve and the pedestal down there. I have to take all this off, take this off here and there, all, like everything here. So I'm gonna hop to it. So I just got it off. It's really not that hard. There's 4 bolts. There's 2 there, there, and there. And I was doing it wrong the first try, but you gotta take these bolts off here. Like I said, there's 3, of course, the boots and all that. But there's 3, actually, my bad. There's 4 on this pedestal. There'll be 2 up front, and they're gonna be hard to get to, but there's 1 right there and 1 right there. That's all you need to take it off. And I took these off. Now I guess I'm going to finish pulling this off, and then I gotta pull this cover off, I think, and probably watch a YouTube video on how to do this, because it's my first time. I've never taken any turbos or nothing apart. But I got both wheels, that wheel, and the one in this side. So I'll try to get to it. The reason why I'm deleting this here, the ebvp or something like that, and this pedestal is because it's prone to leaking. Actually, what this does, this valve shuts when you start the engine. So when it's cold, it shuts and pushes all this hot air back into the engine. And then this is prone to leaking oil out the exhaust. So I'm just deleting this, trying to fix that oil leak problem. And then this CCV, I'm deleting the factory one and putting the aftermarket one on, because it leaks oil like right in there. You can see the silicone. But hopefully that'll be all the oil leaks fixed on this truck. So I just taken this wheel off, or this piece here, and I slid the wheel in, and then I bolted this back on. Then the bearings go just like that on the wheel, and then there's this little clip like that, but bigger, that slides on the end, and I got that. I think now I gotta put this on to there, and something to do with that thing there, so we'll see. It was pretty straightforward how it went on. This, well, you had something like this that went on it, except it was a full piece. And then this went on the bottom side of that. This, it pretty well went just like that in there, and it had to line up against 4 little things, and then just 4 bolts bolted that in. All I gotta do now is clean all this so that seal's ready, and then put that wheel on, and then put that cover on and that back on, and it should be good to go. You can tell with the time lapse, I just finished putting the cover back on, putting all this back on. Now I got to put the ebpv dually on. This is all it consists of, is this pedestal, and then this, and then all the hardware. But you can see the difference of what it looks like. Or that valve, it deletes its valve, and the pedestal deletes all that, so that way it's less prone to leaking. So I'm gonna get to it, throw that on, and then it should be ready to throw back on the engine. So I got this new CCV billet aluminum one. I'm going to replace it with this old one, and I've already got the turbo and all that built, and all I gotta do is just drop it in, and it should be all the engine work done. Got the turbo and the CCV on. Now this one, I may have to get a new valve cover because I had a trim, like you can sort of see right there. I had to trim that, so I may have to get a new one because it may leak. And I gotta wait because I'm gonna get a new one of these. That boot's toasted, and that one's leaking all over there. But it was a pretty simple install, like I said, just 4 bolts there, and then 2 back there, and then all that. But I think it's ready to put in the frame, and then after that I'll hook all the exhaust, fuel lines, power steering, you know, all that stuff that needs to be connected to the motor. Got the transfer case I need to put in too, and all the drive shafts and all that. So I'll probably try to stick the motor in next. We will see. So the motor is in. We got that all in place. I got it bolted down. Still got to bolt the trains down. We got the transfer case on, and I'm going to be putting the downpipe on right there, and the full 5-inch exhaust. I got the Diamond Eye exhaust. the 5-inch, and I probably won't be able to use this piece because this goes like right in here. So I don't know what I'm going to do just yet, if I'm just going to dump it by the axle or try to figure out a way to bend all that. But I'm going to throw this exhaust on real quick. The downpipe's in, and I got it just barely hooked on, but I'm gonna have to put a pause on this because this 5-inch exhaust, I need an adapter from a 3-inch to like a 4-inch, something like that, because it will not work. So I gotta wait on that.